The question on any motion shall not be proposed unless it shall have been seconded, and any motion that is not seconded shall be deemed to have been withdrawn and shall not be moved again in the same session unless with the permission of the Speaker. Honorable Senators, as I communicated earlier today during the sitting, by way of a message on the resolution of the National Assembly, Article 145(3)(b) of the Constitution, as read together with Article 78(1), provides that the Senate, by resolution, may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. The motion having been deemed to be withdrawn, pursuant to Standing Order 71, the proposal for a special committee is defeated. The Senate will therefore proceed with the investigation of the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, in plenary. Honorable Senators, in line with the schedule of activities for an impeachment hearing in plenary, I hereby give the following directions. A. The clerk to issue invitations to appear to the Deputy President today, Wednesday, the 9th of October 2024. B. The clerk to issue invitations to appear to the National Assembly today, Wednesday, the 9th of October 2024. The parties to file their responses with the Office of the Clerk of the Senate by Monday, the 14th of October 2024 by 5 p.m. D. The clerk to circulate documents received from the parties, including the plenary hearing program, to all honorable senators upon receipt on Monday, 14th of October 2024. And the Senate shall then investigate the matter in plenary on Wednesday, the 16th, and Thursday, the 17th of October 2024. The Senate is accordingly guided.
All right, so essentially the plenary will mean all members of the Senate will be listening to the impeachment charges, just similar to what we saw at the National Assembly yesterday. So that is exactly as well what will happen at the Senate, even as the communication has been given on when this will start, and that is Wednesday and Thursday next week. But before this, well, lawmakers on Tuesday night voted to impeach Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for abuse of office, and the impeachment motion on Tuesday accused the 59-year-old deputy to President William Ruto of corruption, insubordination, undermining government, and practicing ethnical divisive politics, among a host of other charges. Kimani Ichung'wah, majority leader, said the deputy president had violated not one, but 8 provisions of the Constitution. Rigathi Gachagua denied all the charges.
Results of the division on the motion are as follows. Abstentions 1. The noes 44. The ayes 281, so the ayes have it. On the decision of the National Assembly, on the special motion on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Honorable members, as I had guided the House earlier in today's sitting, Article 145(2) of the Constitution sets a threshold of at least 2/3 of the members of the National Assembly to vote in support of a special motion for proposed removal by impeachment of the Deputy President of the Republic for the motion to be carried. According to the results of the division on the motion that I've just declared, a total of 281 members, being more than 2/3 of the members of the National Assembly, have voted in support of the motion. Article 145(2)(a) of the Constitution provides that, I quote, if a motion under Clause 1 is supported by at least 2/3 of all members of the National Assembly, the Speaker shall inform the Speaker of the Senate of the resolution within 2 days.
Well, reactions. Majority of Narok residents who spoke to the media called on the Senate to save impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua when the motion goes before the floor of the House. South Rift Mau Mau Trust Chairman Daniel Kamau said the embattled Deputy President had on several occasions pleaded with the executive and the Kenyan people to forgive him, acknowledging that he is human and has his weaknesses. Kamau criticized the National Assembly for sending Gachagua home, arguing that they did not consider his side of the story before casting judgment on him.
Deputy wetu alikuwa anajiongea. Surely Sunday apologize. Na according to the Bible, yeyote yule atakaye omba msamaha, Biblia inasema ya kwamba atasamehewa.
Nataka kusema ya kwamba mambo ya Gachagua vile ameimpichiwa, mimi sijafurahia juu hawajafanya vizuri juu walianza vizuri na Ruto. Wangeacha waendelee na kazi mpaka wamalize hata hiyo miaka 5 ndio wananchi waamue kama ataenda nyumbani ama haendi. Ilikuwa Senate wamrudishe wasimwimpeach. Maoni yangu ni hiyo.
Sijafurahia kwa Gachagua kutumwa nyumbani hata. So mimi naweza furahia kwa Senate tu msaidie tu arudi tu, mimi nitakuwa tu sawa. Sijafurahia MPs kumpeleka hata nyumbani hata. Mimi naweza tu furahia Gachagua akiwa tu vice president kama kawaida. Naona mimi Gachagua ako tu sawa kwa pande ya kazi yake.
Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has expressed a non-vengeful spirit towards National Assembly Deputy Speaker Gladys Boss-Sholei, despite her vow to send him home through impeachment and push for him to be charged with treason. While submitting his defense before the House on Tuesday evening, Gachagua ran down memory lane to when his boss, President William Ruto, was the deputy president and Gachagua was a member of parliament, and the two were facing political persecution from the Jubilee government.
The Honorable Boss-Sholei, I heard what you said in Eldoret. I heard this morning that you said I should be charged with treason. But my sister, me, I'm a grateful man. I remember, and I'll never forget, during the last administration when I was arrested on fabricated charges for starting with the President William Ruto against the wish of the government at that time. Gladys Boss-Sholei came and sat with me at DCI headquarters, brought me tea, brought me lunch, sat with me, comforted me. At court, she coordinated the collection of 12.5 billion shillings as my cash bail. She came to see me in Gigiri for 4 days and had very kind words for me. Despite what you have said, my sister, I do remember that one good thing that you did for me, and I'll love you and cherish you for the rest of my life.
All right, let's move away from the Deputy President and the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service and Human Capital Development, Justin Muturi, made his maiden tour of the National Youth Service. In his remarks during the event held at the NYS headquarters in Ruaraka, Nairobi, the Cabinet Secretary vowed to strengthen service efficiency and youth empowerment. He also noted President William Ruto's vision of making the NYS self-sustaining to effectively support the youth agenda.
Diligence, efficiency, prudence, and hard work, as well as timely and above and beyond expectations of the citizens of our beloved country. I recognize that sometimes that the service faced significant challenges, including weak systems, uncertainty, and damaged public image. I'm happy as the chairman has just sentenced and the CG that all that is now behind us. So no matter the challenges that we have in the country, we must ensure that what we have set ourselves to do as the National Youth Service is achieved and delivered for the benefit of our great nation. The private, by His Excellency the President, will deliver the service to significantly reduce the staffing challenges that have been experienced in the recent past. These challenges notwithstanding, therefore, it is my undertaking to you to ensure that the National Service has the budgetary support, other resources and assistance and government goodwill required for you to deliver what you envision, as well as the hopes and aspirations of our young people and the nation at large. Additionally, the service has been called upon to support the resolution of the Nairobi Rivers Basin as part of the Climate Works Initiative. I strongly encourage the management to diligently implement these activities as they are essential not only for the environmental sustainability of our country, but also for securing a healthier and more resilient future.
Now, the government plans to expand the school feeding program to reach 10 million students by year 2030. According to Principal Secretary for Education, Belio Kipsang, the government currently provides food to 3 million learners across 34 counties.
This has been running since 1980, and it has successfully supported so many young people to, one, as a pull factor to go to school and therefore increased access. 2 is retention, and 3 is that it's been possible for these children to concentrate in their learning, given that they have had a meal. More so, it has also affected so much the culture, because usually the first person to be pulled out of the class when we have food insecurity is our culture, because they'll be going out there supporting their households in looking for food. We are now moving from the traditional ways in which we prepare this food into climate smart ways in which we cook. Today, if you go to Nairobi School, we have a steam cooking system, which we are running away from firewood. We have one in Kwale. We have quite a number of schools now that are moving away from biomass, focus more on what we call homegrown school meals program, where we aggregate food from the farmers into a central place and then buy this particular food for the farmer. So it will be both an economic empowerment to the local communities.
Now, the Law Society of Kenya has put police and individuals on notice who break the law by attacking and undermining the freedom and rights of innocent Gen Z protesters during the Finance Bill 2024 demonstrations, warning that they will face the full force of the law. LSK President Faith Adhiambo, speaking at the Citizen Assembly in Mombasa, called on all Gen Z individuals who were injured during the Finance Bill protests to record statements.
Ultimate motive is to not only educate the citizens upon their rights so that they know the do's and don'ts, so that they don't land themselves into trouble when they're exercising their constitutional rights, because there is a difference with exercising your rights and inciting violence. And secondly is to also collate information on those who may have been injured during the protest, as well as carry out civic education as part of our mandate under the Law Society of Kenya. We hope that those who have been injured can also report those cases so that we can have matters that we file with regards to compensation of the victims that were injured, particularly those with gunshot wounds, that we can follow up on their matters and ensure that they get justice. In our society, we must also abide by the rule of law. No one is above the law, and I think the courts have been able to uphold that, even with regards to the highest holder of the National Police Service, the IG, and also the acting IG. And so we have put them on notice that if we're able to find you, we'll ensure that we hold you accountable. We are still also pushing with the Pendo case. And so all matters that the police have abused their powers, they have violated the law and the Constitution of Kenya, will continue to hold them accountable.
Now to sports. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, is forging ahead with the mission of improving safety and security in African football stadiums with the launch of a 3-day workshop in Nairobi, Kenya on Tuesday. The event marks Kenya as the 10th African nation to receive training under the CAF Safe Stadium Initiative. Over 40 participants, including safety and security officials from the Football Kenya Federation and all FKF Premier League clubs have gathered for the intensive program. The workshop is being led by experienced CAF instructors Solile Vilakati and Dixon Okello. The initiative reflects CAF's commitment to improving all aspects of African football, with stadium safety playing a crucial role in the sports development across the continent. FKF Vice President Doris Petra, who opened the workshop, emphasized the importance of the initiative, particularly in light of Kenya's co-hosting of the 2025 Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship, CHAN, alongside Uganda and Tanzania.
They've been doing it, but now we have a nice workshop that have been arranged by the Federation and the CAF, and we say thank you for it, because we are going to learn from it, and from there we can be able to take all the notes back to our clubs and help in building the football in all levels. Football is a big cake, and even if you retire, you still have a part to play. I was playing, now I'm not playing. I'm transiting from playing to now as a security officer. I serve at Bidco Football Club, and I've served for like 2 years in capacity of now security officer. It helps to incorporate all the X. If you leave the stage, you can still serve football in another capacity. It helps a lot to keep the game intact, because we already know what football wants, especially in our country as ex-players. So if you are involved in building it after football, it's better.
This workshop has come at an opportune time when we are just preparing to host both CHAN and AFCON. And from the workshop, we have security officers from various sectors, that is club safety and security officers. We have private security officers. We have national police officers, that is officers from both from Administration Police Service and Kenya Police Service, who've been our service providers in terms of providing securities. At the same time, I think some of the things that the club SSOs and other stakeholders have learned is in regard to how they can be able to come up with a clear safety and security risk mitigation plan.
All right, so I'd love to wrap up this broadcast right here at this point. Thank you very much for watching. My colleagues will be coming to you with an extensive coverage as well of what is making headlines across the nation in our subsequent bulletins at 4 p.m., 7 and 9 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Have a fantastic afternoon.